what's up guys, it's your boy Just Might over here at Producer Push, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys what I did to make a Soldier Kid type beat. Now obviously if you're looking at the screen, the beat is already done, and that's just because I'm not really much of a fan of saying I'm going to make this, like having a blank canvas and saying, for example, I'm going to make a Drake type beat, and from the beginning knowing I'm going to make a Drake type beat, and then from the end have it stay as a Drake type beat. I kind of feel like forced and boxed in when I do that. And the way I prefer to do it is most just like having, like, making the beat without thinking of anyone in mind, just like being as creative as possible. And then when I'm done, that's when I say, okay, who do I hear on it? So I know, like, in a lot of channels, a lot of people be like, hey, I'm gonna make this Drake type beat from scratch, and then they honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them, channels that kind of have the beat already pre-made. And but anyways, I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna put people on blast. But yeah, so I'm just not a fan of that. Like, I could do that, but I just feel like forced. So like I said, the beat is already made. Once I finished the beat, that's when I was like, all right, who do I hear on it? And honestly, that's what I recommend for most producers to do. Because the type beat is really just a marketing, like, type of thing. You know what I mean? So just don't try to limit your creativity. But anyways, now that that whole whatever is done, me just talking about that, let's get into it. By the way, I am sick. So if you guys, like, hear it in my voice, yeah, I need that vitamin C or some, I don't know, I need something. But yeah, if you guys don't know, Soulja Kid is like a South Florida rapper, kind of like Kodak Black and stuff like that. And me being from Central Florida right now, like, of course I gotta keep my ears tuned into these people. You know what I mean? But all right, enough talking. I'm just gonna show you guys, like, what instruments I use, what I did for the melodies. I might talk about, like, a little bit of mixing. I don't know how I feel, but let's get into it. So I'm just gonna, like, have the melody solo just to kind of give you guys, like, the thought process on what I started with. So originally the first thing that I actually started with was this acoustic guitar, which I'm just gonna solo by itself. And it's honestly a really simple melody. Nothing, or not even melody, is a simple chord progression that I have right here. And if you guys are wondering, the VST, it's actually this free VST that I found online. Because I'm a broke boy, so I don't have Omnisphere, and I can't, I don't know how to torrent it, and I kind of don't feel like, torrenting, like, VSTs. If you guys do that, then, hey, whatever. But yeah, if you guys are looking for, like, a guitar VST that kind of sounds good, there's this. I'll put the link in the description. I don't even. It's like DSK Dynamic Guitar, something like that. But it's pretty good. It has, like, literally 3 guitars, and they sound realistic, which is why I downloaded it. Cause I'm a broke boy and I don't have Omnisphere, so I gotta use what I can to, whatever, right? So yeah, so I had the acoustic guitars, then I layered it with this grand piano that I had got from Nexus. So let me just play that real quick. So it's pretty much the same thing. I literally just copied and pasted the melody. I think I might have moved the grand piano, like, an octave down. And then the third instrument was just, like, the steel guitar, just to add, like, just a little, like, I don't know, a little more to it to thicken up, like, the melody real quick. So I'll just play that. By the way, the steel guitar is also that free VST DSK Dynamic Guitars. I'll put that in the description. So it's like, it's like very thin sounds, but when you layer it, it kind of does a little bit more. And then well, not the last part of the melody, almost the last part, was this other part, just another guitar that, like, legit is from the same VST, and I'll play it real quick. So yeah, it just, like, added this, like, counter melody to these chords. Where is that? Okay, right here. Nylon guitar. So yeah, it's pretty much this, and I put it, like, a little bit higher octave than the rest of the sounds, just because, like, I don't like to have all my instruments, like, in the same octave. Like, I always, heard from, like, the pros and the professionals, like, nah, you don't want to do that. You want to have, like, spread your melodies out, higher octave in this part, middle octave, whatever, right? So yeah, and then the last part of the melody, which I think kind of, like, gives the sauce, is the bassoon. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. If I'm saying that wrong, then just correct me in the comments or whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna play that real quick. Actually, I might play that with the. I'll play it without the drums real quick. I didn't even play it. Wow, I'm stupid. Yeah, so as you can see, the melody that so far that I put together is very simple. It's just like a layer, like three layered guitars. No, like a piano layered with a guitar with like a counter melody, and then another melody, and then this other melody, this bassoon, whatever, right? It's like a lead. And by the way, this sound is from Purity. It's called like bassoon vib or vibe, I don't know, whatever. It's a woodwind instrument. And Purity is honestly, like I said, I'm a broke boy, so I don't have all these expensive VSTs yet. But Purity is like $30. They got like some good sounds. So if you guys are like, it has good bells, by the way, but that's irrelevant to this video. So yeah, so those are the melodies. Like I said, very simple. And then when you play it with the drums, I'll show you guys what I got real quick. And I'm stupid once again because I have everything muted. Yeah, so once the hook finishes and the beat drops, and the verse comes in or whatever you want to call it, that's when I take out like that melody of the guitar. I take out the bassoon because I keep those like for the hook, so like the hook is like where all the other sounds are. That's when it's like the beat goes back, so just like a little bit of what do you guys call that, just arrangement right there. So and also I don't have any of the kick or 808s playing when the beat drops for like just a little. I'll play you guys real quick. So yeah, and by the way, the 808 that I'm using is the Spins 808. Shout out to KBZ because he's always talking about the Spins 808. And then Rat Kick. I don't know why those two things combined they work, and the way I actually mix that, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, for the Rat Kick, what I do to make my kick like hit hard is I actually I use like this VST, which is free. I have another video on that, using this VST right here, or not even VST, I'm sorry, plugin called Camel Crusher. It just kind of like distorts the, or it kind of gives some distortion to the kick. It's kind of like this other VST or this other plugin that I can't remember, but it's like the free version basically. And yeah, and then also what I do to the kick to kind of, and this is like secret, like not a lot of people know this, but it's like for the kick, what you do is like on top of leveling it and your mixer, on top of let me go to the kick real quick. On top of putting the velocity up really high, another technique that I do for the kicks is that I'll hit the Shreds tool, and I saw I saw this from BusyWorks Beats, right? I add the volume here too, so I don't know, like it just like makes the kicks like slap harder when you do this, And I just saw that from a tutorial from BusyWorks Beats, so I'm kind of like a melting pot. Like a lot of things that I know, like I digest it from like a whole bunch of producers, and I just kind of try to like mix it all into like my thing. So hopefully you guys take little things that I do and mix it up, with whatever right? And then of course like I sidechain it to this 808. I'm pretty sure I have another video where I talk about like how to sidechain your kick to the 808 and stuff like that. But it's nothing too fancy. Then for the 808, I do like I add like fast distortion, so stock plugin with FL Studio. Of course, like I EQ it, always like raise it up right here for the mid or low mids and makes it like just hit harder. So yeah, a lot of people like always ask me like, hey, what you do for your kick in 808? That's pretty much it. So anyways, going back to the patterns, the triangle. I mean, not the triangle. the closed hats, I think it was pretty simple. I don't even remember if I, yeah, it was pretty simple. I might have had like some rolls here and there, but yeah. And then of course, like I don't know if you heard, I layered the open hats at some part with like the snares. So I think like right here. So like here and here. And then I think I also layered the snare with like a triangle, and I got this from like listening to Metro Boomin, like a lot of his beats. Whole layer a perk with a snare. So I don't even know where, but like I know if I mute like everything else but the drums. Actually, it might only be in the hook. There you go. So I knew it comes in one time. I just like, just little things, and then of course I have the perks like the sticks, the shake, the cymbals. I always add a reverse cymbal when the hook is about to start and by the end. Like it just lets like the artist know that like, there's a transition in the beat. So I'll play that real quick, and I always do this. So it's just like the reverse cymbal with the cymbal. I know a lot of producers use risers and stuff like that, but sometimes risers don't always sound good. So, aside from just pure arrangement and having more sounds come in, I always like adding the reverse cymbal. It always adds like that little like, yeah, it's a transition type. But yeah, I think what really makes this a Soulja Kid / Kodak Black type beat is really the woodwind sound that comes in the hook or the bassoon. I think I actually did this with another beat. Let me see if I could open this real quick, or just I don't need to save. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I did this with another beat. It was like more piano based, but like I don't know why that makes it sound like more of a them South Florida rappers when you add that into it. Let me just yeah, I have like the drums muted. So this is like a more piano based beat, but like notice how I have a woodwind come in for the hook, and I'm muting the drums, so it's just gonna be the melody. But yeah, so and again, the woodwind in this beat, I don't know what VST it is actually. Oh, it's from again Purity. So yeah, you already know, struggle producer over here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That pretty much wraps it up. I showed you guys just a little breakdown on making melodies for Kodak Black / Soulja Kid, for these like South Florida rappers. I think Glock 9, yeah, Glock 9 too. He's another one from here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's your boy Just Might, and I'm out. Peace.